What is up, guys? The Hill Twins are here.
What is up?
We have done it again. We have created our
Hill
Twin Legends.
The Twin Legends deck.
Yes.
This
SurgeKu Twin Legends.
Correct. This deck, just a very powerful deck. It was very hard actually constructing the deck, and me and Eon worked really hard at building the deck, and just trying to get the ratios and everything. But no one has been using these cards. No one has been using. I've tried out the Strength of Legends, and I'm just so in love with it. And so I said, hey, bro, we gotta make it work. And I feel like we kind of did. That's kind of.
But not only Strength of Legends, there's two of them.
Yeah,
two Strength. Yes, they are. All right, so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the deck profile.
All right, guys, so obviously the leader of choice is SurgeKu. As you guys know, when he attacks on the front side, he draws 2 cards and he pitch 1. This is going to be very good in this actual deck because you get to actually pick and choose the type of cards that you want in your drop. You're going to see why that actually is so very useful later on. On the flip side, he's a Surge, a leader, obviously, 1 red, 1 yellow, and his effect is one of the best effects in the game. Once you have 5 life, of course. But so that's pretty much the deck. The leader. Without further ado, let's jump into it. So we got 2 of our Bardock Surge of Inspiration. This card is a negate, and it's going to also help us Surge Awaken, which is really good.
Also, it's so good because of the fact that it can be used as an awaken cost. So it definitely helps with the ratios and the fact that you don't have to worry about having another yellow card in your hand, etc.
Exactly. So next, guys, for our 2 drops, we play 3 apes. Standard, the best card in the deck, one of the best cards in the deck. We play 2 drops. We have a red-blue kind of a build.
A red-blue core kind of.
So we played 3 Mecha Freezers. You don't need any more than him.
Nope.
You know, the objective of the deck is to get 2 of them down. So you have 1 red and 1 blue energy because it suffices both. And so that's the case. You know, by your turn 4, you should have 4 different color energies.
Yep.
So that's basically the objective for that. Moving now into our next color, we play 4 Vegeta the Crews. Vegeta the Crew in this deck is still amazing as he affects a lot of different cards. But you know, he also helps out because he is a green, and you're gonna see why that's so useful.
Yeah, not only that, he's still a good card, and it's just like, you know, if you're gonna run a green card to have it,
so he was the best green card
green splashes in the game.
Exactly. So next we have 3 Champa the Tricksters, one of the best counterplays in the game.
One of the best yellow splashes in the game.
You know, exactly. So it's on par with our yellow. Now we have 2 of the Super Saiyan Kaioken Son Goku. This card is a monster. He's absolutely insane. I love him. He comes into play and he negs the board by 20k. He also has deflect, so you cannot interact with him as much. And also, he has another ability where you can pay 2 red, and you get to discard him from your hand and neg one of your opponent's battle cards by 25k. Straight up, 25k. Like, that's pretty broken. And I skipped the 2 drops, so sorry about that. Our super combos, obviously, guys. We play 3 Barris and 1 of him. So Barris is actually going to help us untap. This is the structure of the deck. And then with him, because our leader is also a yellow leader, we get to utilize this super combo. This super combo allows you to go on your deck and send 1 card from your deck to your drop, one of your battle cards. So this is really good because you get to, you know, kind of fix your discard pile depending on what you need at the current moment.
Gotcha.
Next, guys, we play 2 of the Gohans. Draft box 1 Gohans, you pay 1 green. This is one of our main self-awakeners of the deck. He comes in, you get to take 2 life. So if your opponent is attacking into you, this is going to speed it up. Otherwise, you just use those to actually help, you know, get you to where you need to get to. Next, for our greens, we play 2 Zeno, our Mighty Guardian. This card is another generic green. So as you guys see, we're focusing a lot on like the generic green cards. So we have 8 greens, and he basically negates counter battle card attack and KO the card. You can't interact with that unless you have a battering laser or a cooler. I'm not really too worried about his other effects, but
what's also really good about him is that his effects, you know, he does have other effects. So like the other effect that is also pretty decent is that if you have 2 or more cards with the universe in play, you can reduce his cost by 1, so he will become a 2-drop. So you already have Goku, which is a target, you know.
Yeah, so you have Goku, and you have a few others, obviously. Now we have our 1 Champa. You just win games with that card. Next, guys, we have our Obuni. This is one of the best blue cards right now. Actually, like just playing it, he has Deflect, and he brings in play 3 15K tokens. So as you can see, the deck can still stand alone on any aspect, which is really good. We have our 3 8s. We only play 3 because the deck does so much. You really don't need any more than 3. Now we have our 3 Topos. Topos is amazing. You also have Universe, so he works with him as well. And Topo is going to actually help us discard cards to get them to our drop, just to fix our drop depending on what we need at that time. Correct, right? Then we play 2 of these. That's a counterplay. So the reason why we split it up 2 and 2, because while this is very effective, this is still a counterplay where, you know, I could actually interact with my opponent on their turn. So I didn't want to just shut this out completely.
Because essentially the biggest difference between the 2 cards is that one is a counterplay, and then the other
has deflect.
Well, not necessarily, but the other can also get around barriers. So, you know, the biggest thing that what these 2 offer is that it offers you 2 different windows, right? So like, although this one, he's unable to deal with barrier, he can still get rid of a huge board, and he can you know, activate in a really sensitive time window, right? So if your opponent's playing cards on their turn, etc., you can interact with those cards before they can turn into bigger cards or do certain things. So it's always good to have that option open. And this one has Deflect, so when you absolutely need to get rid of it during your turn, you can play it. And also, he can also deal with barrier cards as well. They both cost the same amount of energy, except he only costs 1 red, which is also really, really important in this deck.
Correct. So next, guys, we have our 4 Cooler. This is our red-blue. The only red-blue we play in the deck is this and the super combos and the energy. Cooler is just...
Cooler is godly.
Yeah, I mean, the red-blue is just one of the best energies in the deck.
Mill a card, neg any 2 cards.
The deck is so consistent at just winning regardless. Like, just with this alone, it's so consistent at winning, which is really good. Coolers just kind of create tempo with your super combos. They just work so well in tangent with everything else. And so, you know, you really can't go wrong with them there. It's just a good card deck pretty much. Next, guys, in order to make
the first twin.
Yes, the first
boy.
So pretty much Vegeta Strength of Legends, one of my favorite cards that was actually you know, created in this draft box. Pretty much, he has double strike, dual attack, activate main. You got to pay 1 red, 1 blue, 1 green, 1 yellow. And he activates in your hand, and it plays this card. When you play him, he can basically choose a card ignoring barrier and send it to the war. So this card is just like super busted.
If you're not playing this card, you're bad.
For 4 energy. So obviously, we have our blue energy, we have our red blue, right? We have our yellow energies. We got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So more than enough yellow energy. We got our green energy. We have 8. So pretty much the card is just absolutely amazing. He comes out, and then every time he attacks, he draws 1 card. Next, for the second twin, because these boys are twins.
They're not equal.
Well, that sucks. But pretty much for this twin, obviously Goku, Strength of Legends, he's absolutely busted. He's like the kind of game winner. You can utilize him in a few ways, actually. So pretty much when he comes into play, he has a permanent. You cannot evolve. You cannot use him to evolve.
You can't go into Victory Strike, guys.
Correct.
Legit,
so you can't use him. You can't evolve anything over him, period.
Like if you can go into Victory Strike turn for free.
4, that would be ridiculous. But anyways, you can't do anything over him, period. Activate main, when you have when you have 1 mono red, 1 mono green, 1 mono yellow, and 1 mono blue, in the actual drop area, he comes out for free. Only one of him can be put in play in your battle area, but you get a free 35k beater for 0 energy. It's incredible. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense, guys. So pretty much the objective is then you can play that same course that he has, which is the 1 of each color, to give him double strike, dual attack, and critical.
Which is
it's just ridiculous. So not only do you have all the double strikes,
and it restands him, by the way.
And he
so
restands him.
If your opponent is at 5 life, you can legit go swing, shoot them down to 4.
Yep.
Dual attack. If you don't have negates, you're gonna eat this crit.
Correct. And that's just ridiculous. So he's basically triple attack.
So Champa doesn't even work against it, guys.
Yeah, like you literally have to negate his effect. So, but what's so crazy, like I said, the deck already have all these different things to kind of beat you down and like, you know, contain you, so to say. And then you have this. And the cool part about this is that like the same turn that you play him, you can actually play him. So if you want, which is the smartest, instead of trying to all out on that one turn, you can actually play him for free, bait anything they have. If they use anything for him, then you can pay the 4 energy to bring him out. If they choose not to do anything, then you can still pay the 4 energy to bring him out. Now you have a 35k single strike, and you have a 30k dual attack, double strike. And so that's just, yeah, he does. Dual attack, double strike. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So he's...
Oh, wow. He's a god.
Yeah,
he's
so
broken.
on turn 4, you can get as much as possibly 5 damage. You know, and these are big guys.
Either way. So, like, yeah. So the favorite play is bring him out from turn 4, bait it. They don't do anything. Attack with the card. Let them deal with it. They think that you're going to restand them, and that's when they're going to try to think. Then you pay the 4 to bring him out. Deal with me. If not, swing at you. Draw a card. Deal with a 30k
card. And so it's like playing smart, because if you know they may have an out to this, you know, then
now they got to pick their poison.
Correct. You know what I mean? And so that's pretty good. But I do like to like get rid of him, because you can play him again next turn, and you can play him again next turn, but he's free. Yeah. So like, you know, I can just keep running into your face.
Want them to...
Yeah, like they have to deal with it regardless. You know what I mean? Next we have...
Well, where's the other... Wait. What's the last battle card?
The last battle card is Black Smoke. Yeah. Black Smoke is the secret of the deck. By the time you get to Black Smoke, you should get there. I mean, it's you know, having 12 in your drop in this deck is not it's not an issue at all. Never had an issue with SurgeKu. So he's the secret of the deck. He's the most optimal. I was looking at you know, Celzino, but Celzino is cool. It's just maintaining the board enough for Celzino to come in. It's probably going to be a little difficult, even though you do have this, you have this, and you have this. So, you know, it just depends. But, you know, to each his own, but I'm sticking with him because he's just
I don't even think so. Yeah, exactly. I mean, at this point, the biggest thing about this deck is that, for one...
Lastly, the Senzu Beans. This is our blue. So as you guys know, we play a lot of blue-red. We don't have a lot of mono blue cards, but Senzu Bean is a staple. This is a card that I'm always looking for.
And it'll always be in your drop. You'll use it at least once.
Correct.
Before
turn
4 anyway.
I should already have maybe beamed into an ape or beamed into like going into another cooler. You know, this is one of the most important cards of the deck.
You'll beam. You'll always get it.
You'll get the beam, you know.
So the biggest thing about this deck is that, one, this deck pushes the boundary of what essentially a 5-color deck can do, because you can see we have all the colors. We have 5 colors. Strength of Legends.
We're the Avatar.
Exactly. Strength of Legends is pretty fun, and it's a very strong, deck. It's a very strong type of deck, and this is probably one of the best lists. This is the only the first list, and probably going to be the best list. I mean, we're going to work on the list even further, but it's probably not going to change much from here on, at least for this particular format. Yeah. So go ahead and kick ass. We know that there's going to be like some online tournaments or whatever. Test with it. Enjoy it. It is extremely fun, and it is very, very competitively viable and powerful.
Correct. So you heard it here, Twin Legends deck. This deck is absolutely amazing. We played it on stream. Hope you guys liked it. And these guys, Goku and Vegeta, are just broken. They kind of resemble me and my twins. So that's why the deck is called Twin Legends.
So guys, again, thank you so much for tuning in.
5-color deck, guys. This is insane.
First time the ratios correct. We finally got the ratios correct. And we did this in less than an hour.
Yeah.
We got these ratios in less than an hour.
It was a little tough.
I mean, 2 minds are better than 1, so we have a lot of, it's a different story.
Don't forget to, after this goes on YouTube, because it's for Patreons first, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I want you guys to enjoy the deck. It is so much fun. I mean, it's just so much fun, guys.
Yes, guys. So again, thank you for supporting us, as always. Hopefully, during this time, we're praying for all of our friends and family and our supporters, hoping that you guys are staying safe and out of harm's way during these trying times. And hopefully you guys are enjoying our live videos and having a lot of fun just, working alongside the Hill Twins. So again, guys, God bless you all. And thank you so much for viewing this content. As always,
stay super.